G'day, here's our quarterly update. It's the winter solstice, so it's our time to do a quick update what we've been doing. As you can see, it's awfully dry, hasn't rained very much. We're in a bit of a drought. Our dam at the top here is looking pretty sad, pretty empty. We're stopped irrigating the food forest and the greenhouse with it, unless we really have to irrigate something, but yeah, it's got awfully dry and we're probably going to lose a few little small trees, unfortunately, and we just don't have enough water to keep them going. We're hopefully getting a water diviner to come in the next day or two to double check what another friend divined, and we're going to look at maybe getting a borehole drilled. The main project we've been working on in the last 3 months is this portable sauna. It's got a solar collector on the front connected to one of these repurposed hot water cylinders, so the water thermosiphons and get a lot of hot water in there. And then inside is a sauna, bath and shower. And we tried a rocket stove as the heater, but it was too well insulated and didn't heat up the room enough, so I made this one out of a 45 kilo gas bottle. Had a friend help and he welded it, and what's special about it is that it has this canister that goes inside. So it's a thick metal tube that's welded on one end, the other end's got a door on it with holes, so you can open that door and fill it up with wood, and then it hangs inside the stove. And so what happens is that you load it on the grate in here. There's a grate at the bottom there. So you load some wood in there, and then as it starts to burn, it heats up the wood that's in that cylinder. And as it heats up, it starts to give off the wood gas, and then the wood gas shoots these jets of flame out of those holes, and that helps, you know, to heat the room. And what you get left with is char inside here. So the unburnt, you know, the carbon of the wood gets left in there, and then you just take that off and pour it into a bucket, and then we're going to put that char into our gardens when we're growing food. So it's kind of a way to offset the pollution that we cause every time we have a sauna. We're offsetting that by putting some of the carbon back into the soil, and I'm not sure whether we're, you know, carbon neutral or negative, or still a little bit positive, but it's an effort to acknowledge that when we're having a sauna, it's a luxury. We're using up wood, we're causing pollution, but if we can put some of that carbon into the soil, that's going to be there for a long time, and we're doing our bit to give back. On the end here we have a proper compost toilet. It's one we bought second hand. It's the Clivis Multrum design, and basically the human manure goes in the bottom here. You add sawdust, and it's got 2 chambers, so when the first chamber's full, you push that to the back. Because it's got a little fan in there, it dehydrates it, and it basically composts in situ, in place. And then when the front one is also full, then you take the back one out and you put it somewhere where you want to final compost it. I haven't quite finished this yet. You can see I'm doing some wood on the ceiling as well. I was going to do this side, but I think it might be too complicated, and I might just leave it like it is. I'll show you our system for composting the human manure. I'm doing it in another worm bath that's dedicated to this. So as per the other worm baths, it's basically a bath propped up with a little bit of mosquito net or fly net over the pipe, the drain hole, and it's got a pretty flat, secure lid on it so that we don't get flies going into it. And so it's got worms in it with paper and cardboard, and so the worms will further compost the human waste and then turn it into something that we can put back onto some fruit trees somewhere, which is a nice way of cycling nutrients. Let's have a look and see what's growing in the greenhouse. We're irrigating this by hand every day. Some brassicas and fennel. We've still got some plants and pots that I've propagated. A lot of Madeira vine there still. Some more pots and some plants I've propagated. They'll be planted out in the spring. Some lemongrass, salad greens. There's water chestnuts in the bath. And a few more veggies here, pot plants. So despite the dry, we still have veggies growing in our circles. They do go really slow because it's cold at night, but if you can keep some water up to them, they will produce quite a lot of food. I mean, we don't buy green veggies at all. And all the brassicas do well, the fennel does well, silver beet does okay, grows slowly of course. Got a little cauliflower coming along there. What is that there? That looks like celery or something over there. Some more lovely brassicas over here. Another little patch of veggies. These were actually planted by some of the students who came on a 1-week English course during the last 3 months as well. We had this English course here with 10 students. Hey Dick. Hi Dick. Hey Dick. And part of their camp here was to have some practical activities to give them hands-on experience and to be able to talk about something that they've done that's, you know, sort of interesting. So we give them a practical task to do. We give them some key words to learn, and then as we're talking about how to do it, they get to know those key words, and then we use that in their speaking and writing in the next couple of days, so that again they have some things to talk about. Just show you the goats. I think this one is Milky. I think she's pregnant. And Chocky up here certainly is pregnant. Hey, goat. I think she's a good 2.5, 3 months along. And it takes about 5 months, I believe. So she's still got a while to go yet. And they're not that happy because it's so dry and the grass isn't growing, so they don't get much to eat. But we're giving them veggies when we can. We're using the branches of trees, quite a lot of tree forage, some corn, watermelon, pumpkin. So they're still getting a good variety, it's just that they don't get the volume that they expect of the grass. That one's gone away from her reach, so I might just push it forward. Very determined to get the daikon radish. I'll help her out. Yeah, you good. Yeah, come on. Here you go. Alright, and that's it for an update. Nice short one.